I wanted to show you how to use promise. So the promise is the function that's returned that's returned before uh, the event is complete. So for example, I created this HTML file and I imported this promise example JavaScript, and here I want to show you how to use this promise. So the first of all is for example, we have a website. It's called JSON placeholder, and if you like go to posts, you can get 100 posts. So this is just a placeholder, but we want to use this function to get this post. So the promise is good to use when there is a waiting period and you don't want to just stop everything from working. So you can continue on some of the things, but you're just not waiting for that particular Ajax call to be finished. So for example, we want to get posts. So let's create a function, um, get posts, and it will just accept the URL. And I'll just say let posts is equal to get posts, and the URL will be the URL I showed you. I guess I copied, I don't know. Yeah. So this is the URL we want to use. So to get um, this promise to work, you just return that promise. You say return promise, and then promise accepts two functions to return. So it would be resolve and reject. Yeah. So inside we're going to call this HTML HTTP request to pull this data from JSON placeholder. And so let's do that. So now HTTP request. Yep. And then hr open, and we're getting that URL. Yep. And xhr has onload function which returns the data. So I'll say resolve and give that data. Okay. And then on error, we're returning the error, so it would be reject, and then hr status, and then we're going to send this. So now if I'm going to do that, and if I just do console log and I say posts, yeah. So if I do that, and if I run this index.html, so index.html is opened here. We don't have any text, but we can see that the posts that's logged is promised. So it doesn't have anything now. So to get this data back, we need to have this then. So we say then, and then the first would be the result. So here we can say let's say data. Yep, and console log, and I'll say data. I don't know, but I think it just comes as a string, but doesn't matter. And as you see, we got all this data back. So I don't think this is the JavaScript, but let's try. Let's try data 0. So to test whether you got it plain text or JavaScript, you just test it doing this. You say. So as you see, it's just the beginning of the array. So it is definitely the text. So what you do is JSON parse, and you send the data back. So now if I do that, and it says it's array. So now we can say that it's array, so we can do this. Data is equal to this parse data, and now we can say console.log and then data 0, and it's an object. So by the way, to show the JSON in log, you'll just do stringify, and then you call the same data. And now you'll get only this one line, but it is still the string format. It's not the object. So we can say on error, we can say error, and you can call console log and error. Yeah. So let's try to break this URL. Let's do, I don't know. Let's do this. You see, the error is not resolved. So the get error is called here, and it shows the error. You got this. You got it working. So what's good here is this doesn't stop anything. So I can continue working on my project, and when the data is returned, I can get entire string. So let's try to do this. I don't remember. So let's get some dummy text, and so I'm just getting some data to put here, for example. And then here I'll do the same. So this is just to show that the data might return before this alt text is done, and it wouldn't stop anything. Okay, and I'll just put 1, 2, just to see where it stopped. 5, 6. Okay, and if I run, okay, it's definitely still, but yeah, you get the point. So it shouldn't stop. So it's when you call this. So when you call this get posts, it doesn't stop anything. It just returns. Then you call then to say that this is the promise returned, and then you say this is the data. This is when it's resolved, and this is when it's rejected. So you can work on that. Sometimes You can call catch. Don't know whether here you can, but you can call catch here too. When you have a lot of then functions, you can say catch. So any of the then functions, when they get error, you just say, like, you call next and they say in the error, and then it just continues to get that until that error happens. All right?